at the trailhead to Kings Peak in Utah. The High Pointers Foundation bench makes an early appearance on this one. It is about 4:30 maybe. Goal tonight is to get way up to one of the lakes, camp next to it, and then make summit early tomorrow. So the plan would be about 10-ish miles today. Let's sign in and see how that goes. I am signed in and starting the hike officially. So far the trail has all pretty much looked like this. Gently sloping forest trail. I'm about a mile in from the trailhead now. The trail has gotten a little rockier, but still the incline is limited. I'm gonna call this first mile pretty easy, a really nice hike actually. That's where I'm headed. Quite a ways to go. There's been several of these wooden bridges on the path thus far. Lots of little streams to cross like this. All fairly similar to this stream here. Just look at how nice and flat this is. The beginning of this hike is great. I just reached a 2-mile marker at about 57 minutes in. Just better than 2 miles per hour. I'll take that as a win. First bridge I've come across that looks pretty questionable. Looks like others have made that choice too, as the rocks are set up to skip across. Oh, I don't want to step right in the middle, but it feels pretty solid overall. This little side trail has to be worth a look. At right about 3 miles in, the trail gets close enough to the brook nearby that you could stop to fill up water if you needed to. Well, this is my first stream crossing where I have to rock hop. Plenty of rocks on this one. Very straightforward to get across that. So I'm at 4 miles, just a little over actually, and I'm still going a little bit faster than 2 miles per hour. 4 miles in, and this is still a very easy trail. Another view of the goal up ahead, I think. At about 4 1/3 miles in, there's a little lake here. There's some kind of animal over there. I think it's actually an elk or a moose. Future me here. I'm about to call it an elk a bunch of times, but it is a moose, right? It's pretty far off to the left, so I think I can get by without it being bothered by me. It hasn't seen me yet. I don't want to surprise it. Uh-oh. Turning right towards it. It's looking at me. This trail goes close to it. Oh, wow, look at that thing. There it is. Keeping a watchful eye on me. We've got another river crossing here that's a bit of rock hopping, while the elk is dutifully watching me. All right, the elk is getting a little farther away. Very good. Very good. I'm just focused on these rocks now, so I'm not watching that animal. Safely made it. Oh, it's still there. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. All right, let me see if I can get a few pictures. All right, the elk has wandered off. We got a section here of boards over a swamp. Reminds me of Eagle Mountain in Minnesota. I also like Eagle Mountain. Not exactly in the greatest state of repair. That's fairly solid. All right, we are set. We've got a crossroads here. Pretty sure I go straight, but I'm gonna check the map. Well, the map shows no trail to the side, so straight it is. At about 4 3/4 miles in, another little stream crossing. Oh, that water looks really clean. I'm excited to filter some of that later. That's where I came from. Here's a bit of a clearing. And that's where the trail continues. At just about 5 miles, just below maybe, we got this bridge. It's about the highest bridge I've seen yet, I think. At about 5.5 miles in, we're at this sign straight ahead to Dollar Lake and Footbridge. Dollar Lake is on my route, so that's where we're going. Oh, look at that. A deer staring at me. Do you see it? Look at it right there. Anyway, the horse ford's over there, Bear Lake that way. So that's my path. This deer's keeping a watchful eye on me. Just a few steps from that deer, there's this fork. I'm pretty sure that just goes down to the river for people who need to fill up, so I think this is the path. Well, all trails did me a solid. Turns out I'm gonna cross that river over there. So I'm on the wrong trail. It just notified me before I got too far. Clearly that bush was hiding the aforementioned footbridge from my line of sight over there. All right, here is the footbridge that earned itself a sign. Well, these logs don't have me worried at all about solidity. This is cool. I'm guessing that sign right up there will tell me where to go. All right, the horse ford we saw is back to the left. West Fork Beaver Circle. I don't know what that is. Dollar Lake is on our trail, so we're going this way. Not too much further along, I got another fork here. I looked at the map, I think it's the right one, but I'm not completely sure, so I'm gonna walk a little and see how it goes. So the right one does appear to have been correct. It takes you down to along the river here. All right, I'm just about at 3 miles, a little over 3 hours. So my pace slowed down a little bit over those past 2 miles. Still going about 2 miles per hour. This is really the only steeper incline before Dollar Lake. There's one immediately after Dollar Lake and then maybe one or two after that. This looks like the end of this steep incline before Dollar Lake. So more gentle slopes for the next segment. I've got a beautiful field on the approach to Dollar Lake, but that might not be a good thing. I just heard some thunder over there. The weather report earlier didn't say anything, but things can change quickly. It looks like it's heading in that direction, so it might miss me, but I see clouds over there too. It looks like those clouds are the ones coming to me. The weather report did say cloudy, but nothing about thunder or lightning or really any significant rain. Got a little break in the clouds to get me some sun on the field. Still a little ways from sunset, but the clouds have been keeping the sunlight away. At maybe 6 3/4 miles from the trailhead, we've got another long plank bridge. At about 7 miles in, we have another split. I'm not sure if these just go around to the same place, but I'm pretty sure the right one is the trail we're on. Oh yeah, these just come around to the same point up there, so either one would have been fine. Seems the trail on the left was intended to avoid this mud, so I'm gonna follow that pattern and see if I can avoid the mud too. Well, they said there was gonna be a little bit of rain tonight, and here it comes. Temps are getting low enough that I'm gonna stop and get my poncho out right away. That seems it was much ado about nothing. I managed to get my poncho on. Hail was falling on me. And by the time I was done, this is what you see. The sun is shining again. Well, that was too much work to take it off, so I'm just gonna leave it on for now. At a bit over 7 miles in, we got this muddy crossing here. I initially made the mistake of going that way, and that's just like a mud field, all mucky. I think the way to go is over to there. This is more of a trail along the edge. Take two. All right, then it looks like right along this edge is solid enough to not need to get your feet all soggy. Oh, there's even a little side trail. Not too far from the last one, we've got another crossing. Lots of rocks to choose from here. Trail that way, trail that way. I think it's that way. So it is this way. That trail to the side is the one that takes you directly to Dollar Lake, which is somewhere over there. Not sure exactly where. I think right over there. At a little under 7.5 miles, we get some more forest to walk through. I was a bit off when I thought Dollar Lake was back there. I think it's right behind those trees over there, and that's why everybody kind of camps around here. These are the first people I've seen all day, and now I see them in droves. If I'm not mistaken, that peak between the two mountains there with the sun just hitting the top is Kings. That ramp in the middle is Gunsight Pass, and somewhere below that is the lake. I can't see it from here, but looks like these are going to be the hardest miles of the day. I think there's only about 2 left. So I'm at about 8 miles. Time is about 4:15. Still happy with the pace. If it's going to drop off, it's going to drop off now. I think I got some climb in front of me. On second thought, that might not be Gunsight Pass. It might be that one. Another fork here at about 8.25 miles in. Pretty sure it's the one on the right. Yeah, the one on the right was fine, but they pretty much all come here anyway. Gunsight Pass straight ahead. So I think it is that one on the left and not the one on the right, but I guess we'll see how this turns. Henrys Fork Lake. Somewhere over there. I don't see a trail. Maybe it's just across the field. In any case, off to Gunsight Pass. So I'm at another steeper climb here after Dollar Lake. Definitely starting to feel it. Taking more breaks. I feel like I'm going slower, so I think pace is going to go down a bit, but overall I still think I'm going to remain happy with today's rate. So I'm pretty sure the lake is on top of that hill right there, so the path goes over like this and around. It might be a little farther over, but I'm pretty sure that's where it is. And right about 9 miles here, we've got another fork. I'm pretty sure it's not that one. That's an awfully small trail, and this one looks like it's going in the right direction on the map, so confirmed. Well, I almost made it without needing a headlamp. I know the camera looks like it's pretty well lit up, but this camera has good darkness correction. It got too dark for me to see well. Look at this. Almost scrambling. Almost. Looks like the trail's over there. Hard to follow. Let me check the map. Gets a little confusing by these rocks, but the trail is right here. The lake is basically right over there behind these bushes, but if you look, it looks swampy down there. So that is not going to be the place to camp. I'm going to walk a little more on the trail here and see if I can't find a good spot. All right, the trail's right over there. I'm going to wander up here on these rocks a bit and try and find a good place to set up camp. I'm actually moving away from the lake instead of towards it because it was too wet down there. There's a spot big enough for me to put down my bivvy. Let's set up camp. It looks like there's one other person using the strategy of camping up here. That's probably a better spot, but I don't know how to get to it. All right, I've got the bivvy in this dirt area here. If it pours tonight, I'm going to need to move, but the weather report said drizzle at most, so I'm going to take the risk because the dirt and the sand here is going to be comfortable to sleep on. It's very rocky all around here. One last cool shot of the moon on a misty night above Kings.